welcome back. I know it's been so long. It's Layla Moore here, and by the title you guys can obviously tell I'm gonna be talking about my story of being 18 and pregnant. Now, a little disclaimer, I will be putting out there kind of my opinions about pregnancy, kind of my own beliefs. So if any of you guys feel, disrespected or offended or anything, I don't mean it to. That's why I'm making this disclaimer. You don't have to continue watching or whatever. But before you guys, continue watching, please subscribe. This is my new channel, and leave a like and comment below. But let's just get right into it, you guys. I wanted to start off with this first video being my first video because I want to bring you guys on a whole new journey with me, and so far it's been pretty amazing. I'm gonna be a mother myself, and I've never looked at so much things into such deeper perspective. And it's kind of crazy because I swear everything happens for a reason. I think God was really trying to, he was really testing my own beliefs too, I feel like. I had a whole new mindset, and me being young, I'm still young. I still consider myself young, of course, but that is the goal, to stay young as long as possible. Not a young mindset, but being young, feeling young. And I think my whole life, being raised from among family or my culture, my nationality, I am Hmong, and my parents are super traditional. So,
and on top of that, they're Asian.
I was being raised to make sure you finish school, because that's the only thing that's gonna help you get out of this poverty kind of lifestyle. I don't think we really, I know that we don't live it the best, but honestly, I love my parents so much because they have worked so hard since the day they came here to America, and it's like they flipped their whole life around. So how could that not be inspiring, and how could that not make me feel like the decisions I made my whole life is pretty selfish? I mean, but I think a lot of these things that I overcame and have become has taught me so much. So I'm grateful for the whole journey. Everything happens for a reason again. And I literally was preaching about how I didn't want to have a child until 28 to 30 years old. Here I am, 18, having a child, you guys. So I'm just blown myself. But basically, you guys, it just, how I found out and everything, and where my mind was at the time, I was already on a hustle mode. I needed to get my stuff together. I was, spiritually being in tune with myself, and never before have I ever tapped into my spirituality like that. So, me still learning all these new things and trying to wake up to this real reality, it's pretty crazy. And then, the time I found out was, the exact date I found out that I was pregnant was December 7th, 2019. Just a little story. I was at work it was a weekend, and I was at work with my mom. So when I found out, my mom being my mom, she always thinking that one of us is pregnant, cake. It's she always be trying to put something together. And when I did find out, it really wasn't a total, I knew exactly that I was pregnant, but she was just putting it out there oh, you have been eating a lot and da-da-da.
First of all, why can't I just be a fatty?
Okay, but moving on to the point, I did start having some pregnancy symptoms. Not that I was throwing up. This whole pregnancy, I'm so grateful. This whole pregnancy, I really haven't been nauseous or sick at all, which is pretty crazy to me. Because I know that there's so many, everyone's different, but there's just I wouldn't want anyone to go through this, And so when I did find out, I called up my sister, and she kind of told me the symptoms she had when she first found out she was pregnant, which was, I was peeing a lot. I told her that, and I was craving a lot of sweets because I'm already a sweet tooth, and that is just terrible already. Times that me craving so much sweets, I knew something was up. And I didn't start my period. And usually I don't panic when I don't start my period. I know that might sound crazy, but because my period is kind of weird. That's why I had to stop taking birth control. So, you know, my sister is probably like, she's just telling me, okay, you're probably pregnant. After work, I had to call my boyfriend real quick, like real quick. I was like, you better go run to Dollar Tree, because first of all, Dollar Tree pregnancy tests are accurate as hell, and I was not gonna go spend $12 to $20 on a pregnancy test. So I was like, boo boo, you better pick up some pregnancy tests for me, and you already know.
Because if I find out that I'm pregnant, for real, boy, it's over.
No, I really wasn't that dramatic, but I'm dramatic. So yeah, after work, I took about 4 pregnancy tests. They were all positive.
So, like, I'm really pregnant?
In my mind, I was freaking out at the time, y'all, because I already knew, telling my parents, telling my family the feelings I had. I was not ready to tell my parents. I didn't want to, and I shouldn't have. I should have waited until I made my final decision, because of all the dramaticness. It felt like a damn movie, you guys. It felt like a movie. It felt like a damn soap opera movie. And the first person I'm telling is my sister that I called earlier, and she's just like, oh wow, like, it's really huge. And she asked me what I'm doing, what I'm gonna do, and I'm like really sitting here, and I start crying. I'm just like, oh my god, like, this is really real. I didn't know exactly what my decision was, so I didn't tell her. I was just like, I don't know. I'm gonna talk to Sabu, which is my boyfriend. And so me and him talked about it, and because he has his own kind of personal history with all of that, you know, I kind of knew what he was already thinking. And so when I did tell him, it was all a cute reaction, I guess. He was just like so against me trying to abort or whatever. I didn't tell him I was gonna abort, but I was like, I'm not ready for this. Like, you know, I just turned 18. I have so many plans ahead of me. And, you know, this is just at the time I'm letting this all kind of sink in, you know, trying to realize, like, okay, are you really gonna have a child? I just thought about so much stuff, y'all. I went on YouTube for a few days, and I was looking up videos about pregnancy stories, about other women's, you know, abortion stories, and pro-choice and pro-life, all that stuff. And it's such a sensitive topic. And for me, you know what I'm saying, my family already didn't support. So I didn't tell my mom yet, but even though she kind of figured it out, I kind of just lied to her. I was like, okay, well, I took it and I'm not pregnant. And then I had to tell her for real. They just was so against it, like so against it. And I could understand, like, who as a parent is not going to be upset and, you know, disappointed or whatever. But it's just the things, the trials and shit we went through was so not necessary, y'all. Let me tell you guys, if you are pregnant, you know, and you know where your family kind of coming from, I think you should keep it to yourself and decide for yourself, you and your partner, whether or not you are actually gonna keep the baby or not. So I was so flip-flop for a few days. I was so flip-flop, y'all. Like, I just did not know what to do. I was questioning my own beliefs, you know what I'm saying?
Guys, first of all, I totally forgot how, like, just crappy and ratchet my nails look. So just don't mind it, we are in quarantine. So don't mind me moving my hands around and my nails just looking ratchet as heck.
So, my parents are traditional. You know, me being 18, single, pregnant, living with my parents still, that's just a no-go. Like, that's just a no-go. Like, if it was, that's why they, like, highly, like, for us, it's not, I don't want to put it out there to make it seem racist, but truthfully, like, you know, they do expect us to date in our race. If, let's say I was dating another Hmong guy, I would have automatically had to marry him and and go live with him and his family, and it would have been fine. Here in this case, my boyfriend is Black and Filipino, and, you know, their culture is so completely different from ours. So my beliefs compared to my parents are so different. So I was just so frustrated, you guys. I was so unhealthy. I was stressing out. I was so frustrated with everything. I really needed the support, because you being pregnant, period, you know, your hormones are changing, you're emotionally like attached to your baby kind of, and it's just like all these feelings your baby feels, and you are emotional, and it's okay. You know, at the end of the day, it was, you know, it had to happen that way. You know, it is what it is. Shout out to my friends, because they were the ones that did pull through for me during this first trimester, you know, just being there for me and like making me feel a lot better. And then my family came around, of course, but my parents, they still have time. They still need some more time to heal and accept this, that I'm actually pregnant. And living in the house just around so much negative energy, it just drained me. Like, it drained me. I had to make sure I woke up being just grateful for everything. And it made me realize so much things. I was so grateful for a lot of things. My parents were just like, yo, you better find another job because you're not about to live here with us anymore. So I was facing so many of these scary things to where like, damn, I'm being forced to grow up at this point. So I was applying for jobs, and this good job hit me back literally the same day I applied. The same day I applied, I got an interview the same day. And the same day I got interviewed, I got the job. And I'm just like, see, everything does happen for a reason. You know, you gotta attract these kind of things with what you think about and stuff. And even though I was like frustrated at my family, I couldn't take it out all on them. Like, you know, it just, regardless, I was never mad at them because I couldn't be. We're all our own people. We're all our own, you know, we have our own way of thinking. So I was never mad at them. It just frustrating, you know, because you don't have their support and stuff. But regardless, you know, we just had to go past each other and whatever. So I started working full time, have me my little cool job, meditate, do yoga, you know, do some little workouts, making sure that as long as me and my baby are healthy for now, everything was going to be good. So we were blessed with an apartment. You know, they hit us back pretty fast, and then now we're in quarantine, and you guys would think it'd be the worst time to move out. It's actually, I had to, like, but I love my parents to this day. I love my siblings so much, my brothers and my sisters especially, you know, they are definitely here for me. Just with all that, my pregnancy in the beginning was a little unhealthy. It was a little stressful, but we made it out just fine, you guys. I'm just fine. I'm over here, you know, jolly as ever, letting you guys know my story. And I wanted to just put this out there because there's just so many of us out there. We're like, dude, I know so many pregnant women right now, and I'm just like, if you still are going, keep going. Like, don't let this stop you. Just because you're pregnant and you're young, let's say, and you think that your life is about to be over. First of all, no. No matter when you have a baby, it's a blessing. Like, it's truly a blessing. And I have a baby girl, so I just, oh my God, I'm so excited. No, okay, for real. But, yo, it's just so much you guys got to, like, you got to look at the positive side, because there's just no way in that, like, if you're pregnant and you're over here, you know, trying to stress about everything and think about all the negative things, that's the only thing that's going to come to you. And it just made me like realize a lot, and I can't wait to have my baby girl here. Anyways, you guys, I hope you guys liked my little pregnancy story. I just want to make sure, you know, this is just a message to all the young mothers or soon to be moms and everything. Like, everything's gonna be okay. You're gonna be a great mother, and whether you choose to keep it or not, you know, make sure you're making a decision for yourself and that it is your choice, because at the end of the day, it's your body. You're gonna be carrying a baby, and it's just your choice. So with that being said, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop some comments below for any questions or whatever you guys have for me. Like my video, please subscribe. I'm so excited for the next video, and just start this journey with you guys. Okay, so catch me in the next video.